Hey everyone, welcome to another Pioneer video here on Magic Arena. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, appreciate the support. And today we are taking a look in on a kind of slightly older style of play, which is the Abhorrent Oculus deck, which there's a version of it, Jeskai version, that's pretty popular in Standard. Kind of you port it back into Pioneer and actually kind of Bant is where you kind of want to be. Because not only do you have access to Helping Hand as the kind of one mana way of getting it out the graveyard back onto the battlefield, but also you can do Neoform things. So for those who haven't seen this kind of combo before, any kind of 2-drop that you have in the deck, you can cast Neoform, sacrifice it, go and fetch the Oculus. Comes down as a 6/6 as well, which is pretty good. And then shuffle your library. So we've got kind of multiple 2-mana creatures. Philagi Archaeologist, Augur of Bolos, Thundertrap Trainer, all of which allow us to search for instants of sorceries, non-creature, non-land, whatever it, however you want to define it in this deck, basically means the same thing. To find our Neoforms and then do our thing with Oculus. Got a couple of Glasspool Mimics as well, so we could potentially copy an Oculus. So we kind of got 6 copies of it in the deck, as well as this being a land, of course, which can come in handy. So yeah, that's the kind of main combo behind the deck. As I say, there are other ways of getting the Oculus into play, either with a Helping Hand, if you've had to discard it, or put it in the graveyard with Otherworldly Gaze, or milled it with Philagi Archaeologist. So yeah, you can do that, or sometimes we will just be able to kind of cast it for its normal cost by exiling 6 cards from the graveyard. Then we've got a whole load of 1-mana blue spells, including Stubborn Denial and Spell Pierce. Fading Hope, Essence Flux. So these are all kind of different ways of protecting the Oculuses once they're in play, or kind of shutting down the difficult things the opponent's doing. Essence Flux is a good way of also potentially recurring our creatures that let us search the top of our library. And then an Otherworldly Gaze as well, just a very cheap way of getting stuff into the graveyard. As I say, either an Oculus itself to bring back with Helping Hand, or just fill up the graveyard for the hard cast of it. Then, in terms of the mana base, we've got our Glasspool Mimics, obviously. We're primarily blue, kind of splashing white and green, so almost all of our lands do produce blue. We are running a couple of islands as well, Restless Anchorage, some Verges. These green-blue Verges are pretty good in this deck, just because don't always need the green to be on. Beseiju, Otawara, and we are running 1 copy of Mistrise Village, which is one of the new Tarkir lands. Potentially later in the game we can use this to make an Oculus or a Helping Hand or something uncounterable, a Neoform, if we do need that. So Mistrise Village, and because we're running green, sometimes will also be an untapped land as well. Sideboard, Elspeth's Smite, just early interaction, exile-based removal as well, Test of Talents. I've seen a lot of Niv to Light on the ladder recently, so something like this to get rid of all their Bring to Lights or something pretty good. Heritage Reclamation, versatile removal spell. Graveyard Hate with Unlicensed Terse, and then some tempo plays with either Brazen Borrower or Reflector Mage, just to really kind of give us the time we need to kill the opponent with the Oculuses. But yeah, we're kind of all in on making this work. I mean, if this card sticks around a couple of turns, then the game's basically over, but it is a must-kill for the opponent, so they will be focusing all their attention on it, but we'll see what it can do. So that's the deck, Bant Oculus. So thank you very much for watching, and yeah, let's take it onto the ladder. Yes, literally the untouchable. Yeah, can't argue with that. Well, we've got the thing, we may as well try and do the thing. And we can even potentially protect it with a Stubborn Denial as well. Delightful. Unfortunately, Fatal Push does add a little bit of a snag onto that. Am I willing to do it anyway? I don't think we actually need to right away. We can just chill for a turn. Okay, well, let's Philagi Archaeologist. I'll pick up a Stubborn Denial. Keep Otherworldly Gaze in the bin. That was a pretty good archaeologist. Wow. How rude. So I think we can do the thing here. So fire off the Thunder Trap. Ooh, yes, let's pick up a... well, yeah, I mean, I could pick up... I think I will take a Helping Hand. Obviously, we are slightly not able to cast it at the moment, but that's okay. We'll take away the Archaeologist, grab ourselves an Oculus, start manifesting some dread. That's an interesting choice. So I don't want to lose my 2-drop, so I'll just block. They're obviously holding up a Fatal Push, my Oculus. Oh no, they're not. They just get Annex instead. Well, that's interesting. And potentially dangerous, so I think I'm fine to just attack. Now let's make a copy of Oculus. Cool, okay. So the opponent's on mono black demons. So I think Heritage Reclamation is a good shout here. Maybe a couple of Elspeth Smites as well. I mean, just take out most of their creatures. Yeah, let's put all of those in. I quite like Stubborn Denial. I don't mind Spell Pierce. Maybe it's better. What am I going to get rid of? Yeah, let's trim the Otherworldly Gaze. A couple of Fading Hopes and a Spell Pierce. We'll keep both Spell Pierces, trim a Stubborn Denial on the draw. I think that's fine. We're preserving the core of our plan. Yeah, this hand doesn't really do anything. Is that a problem? I think it probably is. Okay, this hand's slightly better. Helping Hand, Phalargy. I guess the Helping Hand should probably go back. Fine. There's nothing hugely threatening they can do to my hand here. They take Oculus, I'll just go and get a different one. That's fine. Let's go Thunder Trapping. This kind of thing, you know, if they want to use removal on my 2-drops that have already drawn me a card, in inverted commas. Ooh, they're deep in thought. They know I've got the thing. Ooh, nice. Okay, well that's pretty good for me. Yeah, shame that's not a land, but I think we just keep going now. Take a Heritage Reclamation. Yep, okay, well, keep going. Still not land. All of this not land is deeply annoying. Okay, well, my 6/6 can tangle with their 6/6. I can immediately manifest Dread as well. I'll take the 1/3 here. Again, a third land would be great just to be able to protect these, but sadly we've been a little unfortunate when it comes to our land draws. Yeah, I'll probably trade. Nice. Okay, how many cards have I got in my graveyards? Exactly 6. Ha! Well, that is a heck of a tempting thing to do, and I think we will. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm guessing this probably isn't a removal spell. Nope. And they can't unlock the annex, but... Okay, no, they drew a go for the throat, so that's pretty good. So I think fine to double block the Trespasser, lose one of these, and... Oh, wow. Okay. No, fair enough. They had all of the removal in the world. Yeah, no, I think we're dead. Yeah, just ran out of things to do. I mean, to be fair, they did have... Yeah. Yeah, so the other Stubborn Denial can go in. So can the Fading Hopes on the play. I think I'll take out Essence Flux. Oh dear, going to 5. So we'll put back land and land. Huh. Oh my god. Okay, well... And there's not much you can do about that, is there? Yeah, I don't think I need to Helping Hand right now. I could just either destroy an Annex when they play it, or... Yep. Okay, hopefully we won't whiff again. Well, that's not a Neoform, but I suppose it is a spell we can cast. Ooh, Kalitas, eh? That's fun. So we're Helping Hand back the trainer. Yep, we'll grab Neoform this time. Pass the turn. Wish I had a third land. Yeah, I can't risk, unfortunately, popping my, putting my, Oculus into play without a good answer. That's fine. Okay, well, we're very quickly getting outvalued, but I had an absolutely shocking opening hand. And then drew no more lands, so... yeah, I could bounce a couple of these. Yeah, well, yeah. Never mind, just screwed over by land drops there. Yep, this is pretty good. Feels like the first properly decent hand I've been able to keep. Another mono black deck. It is the deck of choice at the moment. Ooh, helping hand's good. Gives us more recursion for our Oculus. Such a simple card. It is this is surprisingly good. Gifted A the ball. Let's go fetch Abhorrent Oculus. There's a 6/6. Now I could immediately helping hand back my Thunder Trap. I think that's good because either way, like, I'm potentially just going to lose my. And I whiffed, okay. I'm potentially just going to lose my Oculus and have it eaten, so... why did I put that in the graveyard? Again, could have been easily removed. My graveyard's not really a going concern here. Ooh, they're thinking. A lot of mono black players doing a lot of thinking today. Somebody's fallen over in the kitchen.
Something suspicious is going on. And for once, it's not my fault.
Yay, I get my other... I get it back anyway. That's good. Sure. I'll take 2 damage. You've got me. Yeah, I think fine to just kill Liliana with this Oculus. And let's Neoform Another creature. I'll spell pierce that. Well, we're doing okay in game 1. Maybe just 2 Elspeth Smites this time. I still think the Heritage Reclamation's a good shout. Do I want to trim slightly differently, maybe? Maybe keep in all my counter spells. Get rid of Otherworldly Gaze. A couple of Essence Fluxes. I think I'll be fine. Fading Hope's pretty good, actually, because it answers the demon tokens. Okay, this is better. Hopefully we won't draw quite so badly in our second and third games this time. Yep, it's pretty reasonable. Leyline of the Void is okay against my deck. It's not amazing. See, it makes Phalange Archaeologist quite bad, but I can get rid of it if I need to at some point. Oh, wow. I'm not unhappy to see that. So we'll start again with Thunder Trap. Let's just look at the most cards. Hello. It's happening again. Yep, Neoform. That'll get exiled. I can grab an Abhorrent. Still have some protection for it. Yeah, I shall Essence Flux that away. It'll come back. Their Murderous Rider will fizzle. That's interesting. So I could just mimic my Oculus. Just get another one down. But then I kind of want this to be a land, so I'll just play Augur and have Fading Hope available. Okay. We're going to get another Oculus trigger. Doesn't really matter, but you know, it's the land I wish I had. Oh no, I can't bounce it with Fading Hope. I always forget that Fading Hope doesn't do what I think it does. Okay, there's Kalitas. Yeah, I mean, I'll happily double block that. Bounce Kalitas. Leyline of the Void and Kalitas is a bit of a nombo, to be honest. Yay! Things! We like things. Now, if I flip that, it'll just die. So, you know, won't do that. Okay, I mean, Extinction Event is fine. But, like, it doesn't kill any of these. So, like, they've still got a problem. I don't want to flip any of these over. Not really. If I play Philargy, I can actually get a card back with it because of the way that works. So I'll take Spell Pierce. Well, I've got Fading Hope for Kalitas if they play that again. Yeah, it's all working out fine, I think. Yep. So he can go back to their hand, and I actually win, which is kind of how I think the first match should have played out if I hadn't had to mull to 5. So pretty pleased with that. Maybe something that isn't mono black demons. Two tap lands is not ideal, but I've seen worse hands. Worse hands. Attack, okay, and an Elvish Mystic. Okay, so they're a bit short of land. We'll fire up Thunder Trap. Spell Pierce, I think, as an answer to Collected Company. Okay, yeah, so Angels, sure thing. It's fine, I can chill for a turn. So yes to Breeding Pool, no to Thunder Trap, I think. And just one Breeding Pool. And then I think I'll flux this and hopefully find a Neoform. No, just a Helping Hand. No Oculus is in the graveyard though. Wait, did I do that in a mental order? Yes, I think I did. Oh well, we can just pretend that didn't happen. Yay, thank you. And with Spell Pierce backup. And I've got 7 cards in my graveyard as well, so I could potentially Oculus again. Slightly concerned by the amount of life they might gain here. Bishop of Wings is pretty good, but won't save them completely, I don't think. So let's try and keep their life total under some degree of control. Then I think I'll just play another Oculus straight away, leave in the creature. Keep holding up Spell Pierce. Manifest as much dread as humanly possible. Dreadful. Ah. The fun we have. Yeah, so they kind of know that this is getting Spell Pierce, so I assume they have something else in their hand. Well, I think we'll start with a Philargy Archaeologist. Ooh, Oculus number 3. Well, isn't that exciting? Keep going. Okay, I feel even with a reconstruction I should be able to win from here. Okay, well this would be good. Okay, that wasn't that good. Yeah, they only gave 4 life off that. Yep. Nice. Okay, well they stumbled a bit early on. I think I want Brazen Borrower in here, and I definitely want Test of Talents. And their removal seems pretty weak, so I think Essence Flux can come out. And I'll remove 1 Helping Hand as well. Well, the Otherworldly Gaze is going to have to do it for us here. Pretty miffed with the number of times I've had a mulligan to not very good hands as well. It's fine, I'm not going to be grumpy. That's fine. Take a Thunder Trap. So they can Coco, potentially. So I think I'll just chill, because I know I've got this island coming. And a Resplendent Angel. Okay. Well, it's a problem. I think let's bounce the Resplendent Angel. Pick up land. Go Thunder Trapping. Hopefully find a Neoform. Well, Fading Hope, I suppose, gives us another turn of shenanigans. I don't mind just bouncing the angel again. Although maybe I'm otherworldly gazing first and waiting till my turn. Ooh, I don't know. Yeah, fine. So I think there's a question now of whether I want to... Yeah, I think neoforming and just holding up some kind of interaction is okay. I'll grab an Oculus. Manifest some Dread. Because I might be able to bring that back at a later date with a helping hand. Fine. How much do I care? So if I bounced it to my hand, I could just then play it again, which I think is fine. So, yeah. Yeah, I'll keep a land. One, 2, 3, 4. We get rid of one otherworldly gaze and Thunder Trap. That's fine. So we are relying heavily on this Oculus. I'm not loving. Hopefully they might try and just reconstruction here, which will give me a turn of... Yep, good. Okay, so I can stubborn denial that. That's a massive tempo boost for us. Oculus number 2. If only I had one more thing in the graveyard. Well, we'll augur. Maybe find another Neoform. Nope. Swing and a miss. I suppose I... Yeah, well, I've got otherworldly gaze. So I think we'll just pass the turn. There you are. Hiding. Okay, well this time I can't do anything about it. Am I dead? Not quite. Yeah, we're just a little slow off the mark with everything here, unfortunately. This better be good. Yeah, Mimic isn't going to help very much. No, that's fine. So I think Reflector Mage in on the play. Test of Talents out. One Brazen Borrower out. These otherworldly gazes better do us a solid. Okay, no turn 1 elf is very welcome. Yeah, I'll keep a Reflector Mage, but I'll get rid of both these lands. Then I think Augur is fine to play on turn 2. Hopefully find a Neoform. No, Spell Pierce, Helping Hand. I think Helping Hand is better in this situation. Not anymore, it isn't. Okay, well that's fine. I've got enough going on, but... Ooh, these misses are pretty unfortunate, aren't they, with the... Yep, we'll go straight into Thunder Trap, I think. Alright, let's go again. Still can't find a Neoform, but at least it's a spell. Yeah, we've hunted through a lot of our library here. Slightly annoying they've seen the Stubborn Denial now. Alright. Yeah, okay, have another go. What an unfortunate set of hands we've had, eh? Just never quite got there with any of them. I think we're too far behind now. Even Oculus isn't going to get us out of this situation. Yep. That's very frustrating. I feel like both matches we lost were pretty unfortunate in the way I mean, we just whiffed so many times with our search spells, didn't find the Neoform. Yeah, I think the theory is still solid behind this deck. You know, it's a pretty neat interaction. It's not hugely easily disrupted because there's lots of ways of reassembling it. As I say, I think we got a little unfortunate in the way that the hands were dealt, particularly in that first match. I think if we hadn't had the mull to 5, we probably would have been favoured to win that game on the play. But yeah, that's the way it goes sometimes. Pretty solid, I think. So yeah, worth trying out, I would recommend. Fun deck to play as well if the Oculuses ever kind of start chaining into each other. We didn't do the thing, unfortunately, where we got to Oculus into manifesting another Oculus, but that's always a good feeling. So yeah, there we are. That is Bant Oculus. Fun deck. Definitely a fun deck. So thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.